What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 bringing you one of these just kind of weird, spontaneous connected franchise mode. Last week, I believe, maybe a week before, I'm not sure when I'm uploading this, you would have gotten the all bust connected franchise mode with guys like Johnny Manziel, Trent Richardson, Justin Blackman, a couple other guys on the defense side of the ball. Can't run off the top of my head, but then I said I would be doing an undrafted free agent team, which looks like it's going to be pretty fun after I just finished making the roster, so I'm going to jump right into that. But I hope you guys like this content. As always, let me know in the comment section below if you have any ideas for some sort of one-off connected franchise modes, creative, that I can take a gander at and see if I want to do. I'm open to a lot of different options, but undrafted free agent was definitely one I wanted to do for a long time because this team's actually pretty sick. Like, this is a team that I could see actually making the playoffs. So we'll take a look here. We'll just go to the roster. I'm not super up to date with like who drafted them and all that stuff, but we'll try my best. So at quarterback, unfortunately for me, being an Eagles fan, we will have to be going with Tony Romo, who was undrafted out of Eastern Illinois. I think he was he was like, it took him a long road, and then I believe Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback when obviously Drew Bledsoe went down and then Romo got the start. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked out. But at 85 overall, 13 years experience. Like, it's for right now, Tony Romo's obviously got to be moving on next season, I think, with Dak Prescott being there in Dallas. I'm not exactly sure what team. I can actually see him going to the Dolphins, perhaps, if they want to move on from Ryan Tannehill, and it's a somewhat big contract. I think it'll probably be Dolphins or Broncos, where he goes. Matt Moore, actually, didn't have to move him, was an undrafted free agent. And the only one I didn't really add that I probably could have was Brian Hoyer out of Michigan State. But I was like, whatever. This got to be Tony Romo's show. Then the running back spot, Jay Ajay still here for some reason, but he's not playing. We got Thomas Rawls from Central Michigan, was undrafted, came on his rookie season with the Seattle Seahawks and was very, very good. It seems like if he would have started from day one, he probably would have finished with like 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns or something crazy like that. So very productive in his first year. A little bit of the injury bug here in year number 2, but I definitely think after Marshawn Lynch, Rawls came in and kind of relief duty. I think he got a pretty big following amongst fans, and I think going into year 3, he will be the starting running back there. I know you got CJ. I think it's going to be like a 2-head attack with him and Procise, with Procise being more the receiving back and Rawls being more of a... He's not really, like I said, he's 215 pounds, 5'9". Like, he's a smaller running back, but man, he just runs like a power back, tries to run right through you. So I think that's a good 1-2 combo punch. And then our backup running back is going to be Fat Rob himself, Rob Kelly from Tulane. This year, thanks to my fantasy team that came 3rd in my league, for fuck's sakes, he was one of the saving graces of that team, an undrafted free agent for the Washington Redskins. He's looked pretty damn good. I don't know if he's on pace to hit like 1,000 yards or anything crazy like that, but he might be the starting running back next year for the Washington Redskins, considering they have a second-round pick in Matt Jones, just a recent second-round pick in Matt Jones. The fact that an undrafted free agent's probably taking his job, you earned a spot as our running back too. Fullback, we got Patrick DeMarco, who's regarded still as one of the best fullbacks in the NFL. Even though he's only an 80 overall, I think he started this game as like an 88, 89. Undrafted free agent at South Carolina. Looking at the wide receivers, one, we kept Landry. I don't know why. He's not playing at all. One will be Doug Baldwin from Stanford. His undrafted free agent at Stanford has been incredible over the last 2 seasons, really, especially for touchdowns. His connection with Russell Wilson, really good combination. They're one of the best combinations in the NFC. How many touchdowns? He had he was averaging like 2 touchdowns a game for the last 6 games at the end of the 2015-2016 season. So it was pretty crazy. So we have him as our wide receiver 1. We also got Allen Hurns, who's undrafted out of Miami by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Remember, everyone thought, who's this Allen Hurns? Who's this Allen Robinson guy? And then that was obviously when Blake Bortles went off, and all 3 of those guys had one hell of a year. This year, 2016, not so much. Everyone kind of down there in Jacksonville struggled a bit. But I think Hurns is definitely a solid talent. We got Willie Snead, who's an undrafted free agent at Ball State. I think he went to the Cleveland Browns first. He was on the practice squad. Then they let him go. Typical Browns fashion. The Saints picked him up, and then his rookie year, I think he got close to 1,000 yards. He's set to be a free agent, maybe coming to my Philadelphia Eagles if they follow what I've said and kind of mocked for them to do. Solid talent. Then we got Tyrell Williams, who had a big year this year for the San Diego Chargers, undrafted out of Western Oregon. With the injury to Keenan Allen, he stepped up big time. I think they got a great talent on their hands. And once they're all healthy, Tyrell Williams, Keenan Allen, Travis Benjamin. Now you got the emergence of Hunter Henry, because you can only assume that Antonio Gates is kind of on the way out there. That is going to be a high-powered offense, man. Note to self, Phillip Rivers probably going to be a solid fantasy QB next year for you. Well, then again, everyone always gets hurt on San Diego, so that's maybe draft a decent backup. Then we're going to finish up with Robbie Anderson, the undrafted free agent from Temple, who went to the New York Jets. I called this, and actually some of my mock drafts from this year, I said the Eagles should go after Robbie Anderson as undrafted free agent. I watched more than a fair share of Temple games. I watched probably four, maybe upwards of 3, 4, 5 Temple games last year, and he was constantly making plays. He had some issues that I was like, yeah, he's not going to get drafted, but I saw the potential. 6'3", he's a burner at 94 speed. Go check this out if you don't believe me, but trust me, I said that Eagles should go after Robbie Anderson, undrafted free agent. You still see some troubles right now. He's pretty much the connection with Bryce Petty there in the Jets at the end of their season, but definitely would probably be starting for the Eagles right now. So solid wide receivers. Tight end, we have Antonio Gates, Trey Burton, and Will Tye. Will Tye, undrafted free agent out of Stony Brook on the Giants. Trey Burton, undrafted free agent out of Florida on the Eagles. And honestly, maybe one of the greatest undrafted free agents of all time, Antonio Gates, the former basketball star from Kent State, really making, almost revolutionizing the position, if you will, for the San Diego Chargers. And he's still an 88 overall at 36, so let's try to do some things here. Offensive line, left tackle, we got Donald Penn, undrafted free agent of Utah State. Not sure what team he would have started out with. I'm going to guess the Bucks. He went from the I can't remember his career trajectory. Only teams that ring a bell are the Bucks and Raiders. I know he was at the Bucks for a long time, so I'm going to assume he was there. He was like I don't know if was he a converted tight end or something like that. I know in Mutt he has some tight end position change cards. I don't know, but Donald Penn here, 92. Offensive line's looking sick. We got Andrew Norwell, undrafted free agent from Ohio State, 84. Very surprising. If when a player's undrafted from a big college and they actually turn out to be good, that's completely on the rest of the league. And the fact that he's been one of the best offensive linemen on these Carolina Panthers, and he came from a big school like Ohio State, kind of head scratching, but whatever. 24 years old, 84 overall. Let's go. Center's gonna be Ron Leary. I couldn't really find a good undrafted center, so we moved Ron Leary from right guard to center. He's still an 83 overall undrafted free agent out of Memphis. I don't know if he's been with Dallas since he got undrafted, but I know he came from the Cowboys. Right guard, we got Jason Peters, who obviously is a left tackle, probably a Hall of Fame left tackle. We just need someone at guard, and he's 84 overall, 34 years old. Undrafted free agent out of Arkansas, was a tight end at Arkansas. Bills is where he started. And then Eagles made a trade with the Bills. I personally think, maybe it's my biased opinion, that Jason Peters had his best years with the Eagles. So I'd more identify him as an Eagle. It was pretty close. But, obviously his first year or two with the Bills wasn't so hot, and he's been pretty much on fire ever since he's been with the Eagles. But maybe I'm kind of lowballing him. Maybe I should have made Donald Penn the guard and kept Jason Peters at tackle. Either way, he's starting for us to make out a very solid offensive line. And at right tackle, we have Ryan Schrader, Atlanta Falcon, undrafted free agent out of Valdosta State. Not sure if he played at different schools or anything, or a different team, but we're just associating with the Falcons. But that's an average offensive line of like 84, 85, so that is a playoff caliber offensive line. Defensive side of the ball, left defensive end, Michael Bennett from Texas A&M. I was actually pretty surprised that finally he was an undrafted free agent. I did not know. 89 overall. Don't know where he would have started. Maybe the Bucks again, much like Donald Penn. He's had his best years of his career with the Seattle Seahawks, but I think he started out with the Bucks. Can't remember, but he's going to be a beast. And then right defensive end, we have Cam Wake out of Penn State. Started young, or old, kind of. I'm pretty sure he was the first team he went to was Miami Dolphins, because he went up to Canada and played up here in the CFL for 2 years. And in his 2 years up here in the CFL, they were so good. Like, he averaged like 20 sacks a season. He played there for 2 years. It might have been 3. I think it was 2. He's on like the all-decade team for just playing for 2 years. So he was maybe one of the greatest defensive players, and he's probably maybe the greatest defensive player in the history of the CFL. But he's undrafted free agent at Penn State. Defensive tackle, we got Snacks Harrison from William Penn. No idea where. I think Jets probably, undrafted free agent to the Jets. Then we have Michael Pierce, 78 overall, who's an undrafted free agent this year from Stanford on the Baltimore Ravens. Just more, he's been starting for them. I'm not exactly sure what makes him so good. Maybe if you're a Ravens fan, you can let me know. But just another diamond in the rough there for Ozzie Newsome, I believe is the I always get Reggie McKenzie and Ozzie Newsome mixed up. Is that racist? I don't think so. But I think Ozzie Newsome is the GM there in Baltimore. He's one of the best in the league. He constantly just hits home runs in the draft. Left side linebacker, we have Shaquille Barrett, undrafted free agent of Colorado State on the Denver Broncos, 81 overall. Middle linebacker, we got Jarrell Freeman, undrafted free agent of Mary Hardin Baylor. Much like Cam Wake, he came up here to the CFL. I think he then just directly went to the Indianapolis Colts, and then he was there until he was a free agent. And then got some decent money from the Chicago Bears, but another CFL product out of a school that doesn't even make sense. Actually, we also included Zachary Orr. He's 72, kind of lowball. He's been one of the better players on that Baltimore Ravens defense, undrafted free agent of North Texas. Right outside linebacker, we have Vontaze Burfict, undrafted free agent of Arizona State, to the Cincinnati Bengals. Still to this day, like this is like how old I am now on YouTube. I remember this is like the first year that I actually started doing draft coverage. I was like, you cannot let Vontaze Burfict go undrafted. He has some off the field issues, but you just watch any of his tape at Arizona State. Like I remember, like he had a highlight reel play where he straight up like blitzed and he like literally knocked the guard like he really ran into that was supposed to be his primary blocker like 5 yards back and then sacked the quarterback. I was like, you do not see that. That was against Pac-12 competition, so against guys that may like compete to go to the NFL, and he was doing that. I was like, you can't let this guy go undrafted. Sure, he was like almost a borderline first round pick, and then all that shit happened with him and the coaches and all the off-field stuff. Still grab him like the 6th round or something like that. Couldn't believe he was undrafted free agent. You still see some of the attitude issues to this day. But definitely a beast. Definitely a guy you'd want on your team and don't want to play against. The secondary, we got some beasts. Chris Harris Jr., undrafted free agent of Kansas. Not exactly sure if he went to the Broncos right away, if they were the team that lucked out on him. I think they were. I don't think he's ever played for another team. And he's incredible. He's one of the best corners in the NFL. A little bit undersized, which is probably why he went undrafted. But definitely a beast. Then we got Malcolm Butler, who everyone just regards to as the guy that made that play in the Super Bowl. Undrafted free agent of West Alabama to the New England Patriots. Again, much like organizations like the Ravens that constantly have good drafts, or actually even the Vikings as of late have a good draft. The Patriots have always been able, more often than not, to have very strong drafts. That's why they've been able to keep a level of success that they have. So we have Malcolm Butler, undrafted free agent of West Alabama. Then we have undrafted free agent out of Shippensburg, Brent Grimes. Now, where would he have been? Atlanta, I think? He's bounced around to a bunch of teams, but I think Atlanta was the team that would have got him. He's been pretty beast in being able to play at a high level into his 30s is testament to the talent. And then we also have Dickel Roby-Coleman, undrafted free agent out of USC for a kind of nickel corner depth role. Then at free safety, we have Andrew Adams, who's actually undrafted free agent right now for this season on the New York Giants. So big time playmaker for him. The combination of him and Landon Collins this year has been very, very huge for the Giants, who had one of the worst secondaries of the history of the NFL. In 2015. I was going to put Rodney McLeod there, but I just didn't have the cap, and I was sick and tired of trying to work around the cap and bullshit like that, and the trades wouldn't happen. So realistically, if I wanted to be an Eagle bias, I would have put in McLeod, but Adams actually has a higher overall. For some reason, Rodney McLeod only has an 81 from whenever this roster updated, and Adams has an 83, and he only costs $400,000, so we'll go with him. But I'm still showing love to, actually, I'll do it right before I finish. Actually, I'll finish it up and say the players that I just couldn't get because of cap reasons, and I was like, whatever, team looks fine. So we have Andrew Adams, and then Tony Jefferson, 87 overall from undrafted free agent out of Oklahoma. I actually think, I can't remember and I couldn't find this, but I think I might have mocked him to the Eagles in whatever year he's coming out. Because I remember I watched 2 or 3 Oklahoma games, man, this guy's a good tackler. He's not a complete liability in coverage. Having a great year with the Arizona Cardinals this year. I assume because he's only been in the league 3 years, he's undrafted free agent to the Arizona Cardinals directly. Then we got kicker Justin Tucker and punter Johnny Hecker. So maybe two of the best kicker and the best punter debatably in the NFL. Both were undrafted free agents. So that kind of makes you think, in retrospect, we did the all-bust team last time. Our kicker was Roberto Aguayo, who's taken in the 2nd round. So not everyone can be like a Sebastian Janikowski, and you can just usually find dimes in the rough on your special teams. So players that I did not add that I did write down. Obviously at quarterback we had Brian Hoyer. Lael Collins, he was injured. I wouldn't let me trade him. Tim Laedo on the Saints. DeMar Dotson. Junior Gillette. Zach Kerr. James Harrison. Paul Warlow. Wesley Woodyard. Bryce Callahan. Sam Shields. Tashawn Gibson. Rodney McLeod. Those are the guys I didn't forget about. They were just being dickheads and made it difficult for me to trade them to my team so they could suck it. So how we're going to do this video is we are going to play, we're going to sim to the halfway point. And then what we're going to do after that, hopefully we're winning some games, we will play the divisional matchup games to sim out the rest of the season. We'll check out the stats. Hopefully we're getting ready for some playoff football, and we'll take it from there. Because, like I said, this is a super long intro. Usually my intros take 2 minutes because I want to go through everyone and kind of talk about them a little bit. We're almost at 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes extra. And if I would have done something where I play every 6 matches or whatever, would it be? 6. Which would be playing every divisional matchup. This video is going to be over an hour. I don't want to hold you guys up too much. This is just a nice little special, casual, some content for your eye holes. But yeah, as always, guys, this is your first time stopping by. This will be the part one of two parts of me plugging my channel and doing stupid YouTuber shit. This is your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, leave a comment. I actually want you guys to truly leave a comment. Oh, we had to sim to the... Okay. Now we'll sim to the season. If you guys want to leave a comment in the comment section below, what you want to see maybe next for a connected franchise mode, be it something, just you try to hit me something creative. I'm working on, right now, we still have the rebuilds. This is going to be, I'm recording this in 2016, just at the tail end of the year. For 2017, you're going to have the expansion franchise, you're going to have the rebuilds, you're going to have the Eagles franchise, and then I'm kind of working on, if you follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Well, you don't have to. But if you want to stay informed, I do a lot of, like, ask you guys questions, polls, and stuff like that about what videos you want to see, upload schedule, stuff like that. My old Twitter has, like, 1,500 followers. Then I decided to make, a Beast Mode TV specific one. I think we're only at, like, 200. So there's probably a bunch of you guys out there that follow my old one. Well, it's not really my old one. I just made it my personal one. Still, and you're not getting the updates like you used to. So make sure you follow me out on Twitter. But, I don't know what point I was trying to make. I guess follow me on Twitter. Let's see where this team of undrafted free agents is here at week 8. Hopefully we're on the right side. I think the team of Bus, we were 5-3, and we're 3-4. Gross. But at least we get to play a game right away. Let's take a look at the season here and who we play. How many games we got left? So we're going to play the Jets. We got the Jets, Bills, and Patriots. All right, what we'll do actually is we'll sim and we'll play the last 3 games. That's what we'll do. Hopefully, we're still in the playoff hunt come that point. But yeah, so pretty much I wasn't outside of like Donald Penn. Donald Penn was one. Who else did I say? I knew most of these people were undrafted free agents. I think Donald Penn was surprising. Michael Bennett was surprising. But outside of that, I felt pretty confident. Like I said, I don't want to stroke my ego, but I feel pretty confident. Like if there was like NFL trivia at any of the bars around here, I would dominate. Like I have an unhealthy obsession, especially in the last like 2-3 years. I can usually name whatever like college team or whatever college a player came from in the NFL. I know I could be like, hey guys, leave a player's name in the comment section below and I'll tell you, but then I just fucking Google it if I didn't know it. But maybe in the live stream, once my live streams come back, you guys can try to test me. Just start blurting. Don't go completely random. Don't go with like some guy that was like a practice squad player on the Packers for 1 year, and then now is like fucking like on the free agency. But like go with like fucking, I don't know, off the top of my head. I don't want to, like I said, I don't know if you guys want to hear. I can literally look at this year's like mock draft and instantly say what school most of the first round prospects, not most, almost all of the first round prospects. We'll do it sometimes when we and my buddies go and watch football at the bar. That's what we'll do. We'll just start randomly naming players and get a guess what fucking school it came from, and I dominate. Such a nerdy thing to do. I guess it might be the nerdiest thing that I do. Trivia, personal trivia. But we're 8-5. We're not looking too shabby. We have these final 3 games we're taking control of. 8, 9, I think 10. 10-6 would probably make the playoffs, I assume. We have Romo over here having himself an average year, 25 passing. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? 30 passing touchdowns for a quarterback is like the bottom line of having like a good year. Fortunately for Carson Wentz, he's going to be way off that mark unless he goes off. I'm recording this before they play the Cowboys in the season finale. Looks like Wentz might be lucky to hit fucking, I don't even know what he's at. Probably 15 touchdowns. 15, 16 touchdowns. Still better than Dak Prescott, though, I'll tell you that. Alright, big first quarter. But feel like this is fun. This is just something different where, all my actual like seasoned franchise modes, like the expansion of the Eagles, I know the teams. I'm always just kind of mixing it up here, playing with different players. I never played with Tony Romo unless I was doing this. So let's see what Tony Romo can do. People always ask me what playbooks and stuff I use. Like, hey, what playbook? I use whatever the stock one. I like the Eagles one, obviously, because that's the one I'm most familiar with. But I do like to broaden my horizons. Maybe find plays that if I If I wasn't the Dolphins, maybe I never would have used. And I'd be like, hey, that's a good play. Let's make sure I add that into my custom playbook or something like that. If I ever actually try to do that. I really do want to get around to making a custom playbook because I definitely have, from like the Legendary series especially, even the rebuilds, playing with all these different teams, there's been some design plays that I was like, all right, that's definitely, like they're only using that play in Baltimore or something crazy like that. Let's add that to my Eagles one. Man, Carson Wentz would look beautiful running that play. You know, things like that. Oh, face mask, defense. Can't do that. J.J. Wilcox. Isn't J.J. Wilcox a Cowboy? He must have made a trade. Alright, see what Doug... I got no burners. That's my issue. Robbie Anderson's my only burner, and he's like my fucking... Don't get hurt, Tony. Throw it. Oh. That was real life. Tony Romo out for the year. Luckily, we have the greatest special teams unit in the NFL right now, so... See if we can send Doug Baldwin deep. Oh, yeah, we can. Boom. That was swag right there. That was like something like the Miami Hurricanes would have done in the 80s. Let's go. I didn't know he was Chinese. That's cool. Looks pretty Chinese in there. Nothing wrong with being Chinese. I love your chicken balls. Alright, red zone. Not a whole lot of play at the moment. It's 2 turnovers already. So Tony Romo, with the computer controlling him, struggling. I can only assume those are 2 interceptions. There we go. Doug Baldwin, second touchdown of the game. Too easy. God, so easy. I can't remember a time a player's fall from elite status like Darrelle Revis has this year. It's incredibly how bad he is. Like, he's a liability out there. He went from literally being like, if you were a super educated, like almost like a football hipster, you're like, man, Darrelle Revis is still the best player in the game at the quarterback spot. To literally like a complete liability. Like if they had literally anyone, undrafted free agent out there, he wouldn't be getting his torch as bad as Darrelle Revis. It kind of sucks. I've never been a huge Darrelle Revis fan, but it's definitely makes you feel old when you see an elite playmaker like that just jump, like just fucking, his talent fell off the side of a cliff. Man, Tony Romo's throwing the run is not that bad. I'm just used to, like I said, I haven't been playing, like, it's Christmas. I'm recording this on the 28th. So, like, literally from the 24th to this point, I have not recorded a single video. It's my little downtime, you know, cool, refresh, recharge. Because I have most of my... You're going to be getting this the first week of 2017. I think I have to record one more video. I'll have the first week of 2017 all recorded before New Year's. Which is going to be nice for me. I like to have a 1 week buffer between stuff in case I just feel bored or I don't want to do anything. The lazy motherfucker. Oh, that was not great. But... Oh, yeah, I'm thinking because I'm rusty. The last time I played, I was Johnny Manziel, and I ran with him a lot. That's how you had to play with that. So, next thing is Tony Romo. Definitely not a running quarterback. Let's hit Rawls on the screen. Nice. Oh, there we go. Beautiful blocking. Come on, Rawls. Oh, fuck's sake. That was on me. Probably should have kept... We have 2 turnovers, and Romo doesn't have an interception. Is that Rawls with the fucking butterfingers right there? Oh, no, I probably should have actually converted that touchdown, though. That was on me. Well, I don't know, maybe not, but... We got Gates out the backfield. Let's see what that does. That does nothing. That does negative 2 yards. That's what that does. Come on, where's Doug Baldwin? Let's get Doug Baldwin his 3rd touchdown of the game. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck's sakes. I can't be the only person that just spams A because they're sick and tired of how long it's taken. Like, they want the hurry-up offense. And then you just fucking throw it to your tight end, usually. Go on, C4. Right between them. Boom! Allen Hurns touchdown. Let's go. Romo's a gunslinger back there. Illinois. Eastern Illinois. Isn't that where Garoppolo came from? I know another quarterback came from there. I think it was Garoppolo. Timmy G, maybe the future franchise. I honestly think they're not going to go with him. Even though like he's being groomed as like the backup. I think Jacoby Brissett, from what I saw. Even though I'm not a big fan. Oh, that's not good. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Brissett because he sucked at Florida. I think that might be the way they go. I think that'd be like the revolutionization of a Bill Belichick doing the Patriots, going with a mobile quarterback. Oh, that was horrible. Still make it, though. Best kicker in the game right now. Justin Tucker. He's a goddamn weapon. Pretty much the best offensive player on the Baltimore Ravens this year. All right, this is a nice little lead. Looks like we're actually gonna, because we missed out on the playoffs by I think we were like one of the first teams out when we did the all bust team. So I think we're gonna be making it here. Here we go, Dougie. Let's run it. Now it's time to control the clock. Just get out of here with the victory, you know? Madden is telling me the green box is this way. And the lie detector determined that was a lie. Fuck off. Oh, come on. There we go, we won. 24-17. And we go to 9-5 on the season. Big performance from Tony Romo with 3 touchdowns. Perhaps, I should have checked that actually. 3 fumbles from our running backs. Said we had 2 turnovers. And then we had clearly our 3rd turnover there. Come on, Rolls. But I always like undrafted free agents. They're easy to get behind because they feel they're the literal underdog of the NFL. Every team passed on them. They didn't get drafted. Maybe off-field issues. They have an uphill battle. And these ones are the best of the best. I don't know who the best undrafted free agent is. Probably Gates. I'd probably have to go with Antonio Gates. The fuck, are the Patriots not the top team? Oh, of course, 2 10-4s. Alright, let's try to win these. Like Tony Romo, like he said, Tony Romo's been a good quarterback. I don't know if he's been borderline great. He's had like 1 or 2 really good years. I think opposed to that, like Antonio Gates is one of the best players in a position ever. So personally, I would say Antonio Gates is the best undrafted free agent of all time. I don't know if I'd make it. I don't even know if I'd put Romo on like a top 10 list. He'd be probably fringe top 10. I don't know off the top of my head, like historically. But I know there's a lot. Like Dick Knight, Train Lane is probably the best undrafted free agent of all time. Like, undrafted free agent, rookie, 14 picks. Incredible. Who else? I said I don't know much. There's probably a bunch of legends that are undrafted free agents, like Hall of Famers and stuff. Oh my god. This is a big time matchup here. Unless like 3 teams from the NFC or whatever the fuck AFC East are gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna take this Florida team in the snow and try to get a game here in Buffalo, cause that rhymes. And I'm Snoop Dogg. Pat Stay, the white Snoop Dogg, moonwalk with steel toe boots on. The Gates. Oh, man. Okay. Sends that guy into next week. Stephon Gilmore, some sort of... Who's that? Safety? Undersized safety like a Corey Graham. Won that same play again. Oh, no. Doesn't matter. He still makes the play for a gain of 5. People ask maybe why I chose the Dolphins. I don't know. I just randomly chose the Dolphins. Maybe because they already had like a couple guys on there, like Cam Wake and stuff. Matt Moore and Cam Wake, they had 2 more undrafted free agents than other teams. Maybe I'm just pumped that the Dolphins made the playoffs this year. How crazy is that? Adam Gase, low-key, Coach of the Year candidate. Why is Jay Jai in? He's not undrafted. I can't throw it to him, even though he might be my best option. We're going for it. Don't even go back to the huddle. We're going for it. Oh, there we go. Nice catch. Let's say X was wide fucking open, but we'll take that. Just make sure Jai gets out of there because he's not undrafted. You're like a 3rd-round pick at a Boise State because he had that bone-on-bone knee injury. That's a face mask, it looks like. Back-to-back games, our first run of the game is a face mask. 15 yards. Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Who's the dirty cocksucker? Ben Weckery. I actually think I cut him to make this roster. I think he's on the Dolphins roster. He was on the Panthers. Then they cut him because their team's horrible this year. Oh. Alright, that's physiotherapy for about 5-6 years. What we can do here. Gates line up as a wide receiver. Cool. Allen Hurns just deciding not to play today. He lost in the snow, I guess. That big, giant brown football is really difficult to see in white snow. Light, fluffy white snow. Alright, let's try this at least. Ooh. Ooh. What a touchdown. Trey Burton. I'm throwing out the Romo. That was a beautiful pass. Perfectly arced. Oof. That was great. Big time play. I don't want to give Tony Romo too much props, but impressive throw. Offense literally not giving me a chance at all here. Literally, okay, we got the touchdown, which is nice. We hold them. Defense has been balling out, holding them to 3 field goals. But come on, give me a moment. You know? Oh, I had Baldwin. I had Doug Baldwin. God damn it. Offensive line has done well, though. I haven't been sacked yet. That was close, but I haven't been sacked yet, which is nice. Did you catch that? Nice! Allen Hurns, big time reception. Cool. Probably never seen snow in his life, but still coming up big. Take that. See what Dougler wants to do here. All right, we'll keep them on their heels here. Hit them with a little Chip Kelly, you know, a little no huddle. Oh, we'll throw that away. Got a little too cocky there. I wasn't gonna force that one in. That was gonna be interception. That was interception city all day long. Let's hit him with a flood. We could be running it, but they've been settling for field goals. Let's just get touchdowns. Let's just keep doing touchdowns. Oh, that was not good. So that's what happens. You try to be cool. Try to make a different play every now and then. Like, I haven't called a flood play, I don't think, my whole fucking life. And then now you're down 1. Now your team's just getting touchdowns without you because you're such a fucking liability over there. There we go, Hurns. Nice. Moving the chains. Ooh, Tony Romo. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not the best showing from Mr. Romo. Last game was not bad. I think we balled out last game, actually. 3 or 4 touchdowns, no picks. Very clean performance. Oh, great extension from Antonio Gates. Not the greatest of throw, but when you have a phenomenal tight end, maybe one of the greatest of all time, he could help you out every now and then. As they take over in the red zone, let's put this game out of reach. This is Adam Gates doing his back step, his goddamn reverse goose step, you fucking racist. Let's run, Tony. There we go. Romo with the 9-yard run. Not surprised. Romo always looked like he was kind of athletic. You know, he plays golf, which is clearly the most athletic sport of all time. Sarcasm. Oh, and there's the sack. Said I would have been sacked all year. Then a bust. Quentin Cobbles makes a sack. His 5th of the year. Fuck that guy. You act like his shit don't stink. Oh, it stinks, fam. It stinks. You guys get triggered when a white guy says fam? Always wondered that. I just say it. I don't think I use that outside of my Madden or my YouTube vernacular. Ooh. I use it in a sarcastic sense. Like when people say fam, I use it as a sarcastic reply. As opposed to seriously meaning it. Oh. Throw it away! Motherfucker. But yeah, this is another point. If you're still watching this, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe if a great idea has popped in your head since you started watching about, hey, he should do this. Let me know. I'm always open for ideas. As we hit Alan Hearns with the deep ball. Ooh, let's go. Taunt on a little bit. Rub it on her face because F the Bills. 77 yards for Alan Hearns. Big time playmaker from the University of Miami. There we go. Big time victory. Back-to-back victories. Now we have the New England Patriots to final. Look at that. 5 touchdowns from Tony Romo. Whew. Whew. Damn. Now we have the Patriots to really close out the season here and try to find our way into the playoffs. So now I think there's a 3-way tie. Unless the Patriots won, maybe. 10-win teams, though, in the AFC North right now. And by AFC North, I would definitely mean AFC South. And by AFC South, I definitely mean the actual division, which is the AFC East. Look at that offense, though. 90, 93, 93. I'll take that. We got beasts. Certified beasts. I think I might have already said that this is the AFC North before in the video. And clearly, I'm just talking about the AFC East. You know that. I know that. Look at this. 11-4, 10-5, 10-5. Looking like the motherfucking AFC West right now. Let's do this. Find our way into the playoffs. But I don't remember the last time the Dolphins beat the Patriots. Do you? We might have upset them like a year ago, something like that. But overall, in the last decade, the win-loss against the Patriots when you're the Miami Dolphins probably isn't looking so hot. They would have played them 20 times if you're doing a decade. Not counting playoffs, I don't think they would have any playoff appearances. So 20 games, I'm going to say Miami's won less than 5. Which is not good. And Miami's had some solid years over the last decade. They probably had this team that they have this season and maybe one other year. They had one year. Who was it? I don't know if the Wildcat year would have been within the last decade. Might have been. Right around there. They were very difficult to play. Just eating some Skittles. Got some Skittles for Christmas. Now I just realized these take a long time to chew. I don't want to chew in your guys' fucking ear holes. Won't do this again. Alright, Skittle, that wrong decision is now over. Alright, here we go. Doug Baldwin, first down. And more. Ooh, let's go. I don't even remember Doug Baldwin at Stanford. I was with him watching college football when he was there. Don't remember him. Don't remember any of these guys. Don't remember Doug Baldwin. Don't remember Richard Sherman. That would have been Andrew Luck's junior season when he was there, I think. Only remember Toby Gurart. Really the only guy striking a bell. Outside of Andrew Luck on Stanford. Plus a couple of the offensive linemen. Who the fuck was it? It's DeCastro, maybe? C1? Boom. Hitting Antonio Gates. Playmaker, baby. That was good for about 20 yards. Tony Romo, 3 of 3, 47 yards. Looking excellent here on this opening drive. Let's hit him deep. Vertical strike. Unless this box, like a porch star, looking pretty wide open, which it is a little bit. Oh, because there's no fucking running back. That's why, you dumbass. Oh, let's go, Romo. Oof. Still take that. 16 yards for Tony Romo. Still counts. Don't be racist. Didn't have to be a running back that did that. Could be old white man Tony Romo. With a fucking, like, how many of his goddamn bones and shit are fake? Plastic, everything. Look like a Barbie doll out there. Fit it in. Allen Hurts touchdown opening drive. Setting the tempo here in front of the home fans at whatever fucking field this is. Didn't they just change their name to something stupid? My buddy's a diehard Dolphin fan. They got new licensing for the stadium. And it's like something horrible. Like, it doesn't sound good at all. And again, they have a couple bad ones. I know they have. I think it's the Orange Bowl now, like fucking camping, fucking tent stadium or something like that. That's where the oh shit. That's where the Orlando is it Orlando? What the fuck's their team name? The Orlando FC. That actually might be their name. The soccer MLS team from Orlando. They play at like Camping World, tent, fucking fire pit stadium. All right, we're gonna go deep. Let's go. Good adjusted. Tyrell Williams probably going to come back. Looks like that'd be a holding call. Unless it's defensive holding, which it could very well be. Holding. Offense. I can't read. Oh, Donald Penn. Donald Penn looks like the biggest drug dealer. Like the kingpin. Like some super fat guy that's just like, I'm going to give you an offer you can't refuse. Except he looks kind of like he's like, I don't know, half Mexican. So it'd be like, hey, Holmes, I don't want to get... We're not going to get racist. We're not going to bring race or stereotypes into this video today. It's got to be a very safe space. As it's 4th and 28, we actually need to call the prison system and get a hold of Freddie Mitchell to come in. 4th and 28, Freddie. Oh, why'd you throw that? Actually, here's a tip. I don't know if you guys know this. If you throw something like that and it's just hit Y, and sometimes you can fucking draw pass interference. I'm kind of glad they add that into the game. We are not having the hottest performance. Maybe C4 if you ran the fucking ball once in a while, you might have a little bit better success. You might be saying, and I totally agree with you. Oh my God, it was wide open. See, look, what he wasn't touched. Why can't I run with it? I remember in old games you used to have some... You might every now and then had a big run with a big old fat guy. Totally eliminated that. Disagree. Oh, shit. Let's send Hearns deep. And let's send... I don't know. One of these safeties is going to come in. One of these safeties is going to drop back into coverage. I bet. No one is getting... Oh. I think I waited too long for that. That was good coverage from the Patriots. Adam Gase can't believe his excellent play calling. Struggling right now. We only need a field goal, baby. Come on. We got Justin Tucker. He can pretty much make anything over 60 yards. We crossed the 50. We have a chance. Of course, Doug Baldwin's got to slip and fall. Oh, come on. Not happy with my team's performance right now. I'll tell you that. Let's hit Gates. Moving up to the 5. Another clean game for Romo, though. We've played 3 games, and he's had pretty much 2 good games out of those 3. That's like at least half, right? Horrible play call. Sick. Was that a design bootleg or did he just like fuck up? I always wasn't paying attention to whatever play I called, but did not like that at all. Let's try to limit maybe Tony Romo's movement in the pocket, especially if it's designed. Well, under pressure gets back the yards we just lost. Setting up 3rd and goal. We could take a field goal here, but Papa C4 wants a fucking touchdown. Oh, come on! How do you not catch that? You're like running in stride with the ball in your hands. And you're Doug Baldwin, you're like a 90 overall. That is burp, that was gay. Oh yeah, I remember. I just remember we actually lost out in the playoffs with the bus team because of a blocked field goal. Do you guys remember that? You get your remember berries out? I remember. Hey, we stopped them on the 48th. They have the only turnover of the game. Tisk tisk, Tom Brady. For the love of God, if we can get a deep play coming, that'd be beautiful. Of course not. Heaven forbid. Do we go for it here? 4th and 5. Yeah, well. Well, alright. 24-17 loss to the Patriots. Hopefully it's not the end of the video, because that was fucking anticlimactic as shit. Oh, look at all this scam. Look at all this scam. Hey, spend money and then we'll fucking give you a surprise. It's probably going to be shit. You're probably going to get like a goddamn Leotis McKelvin. Spend 400 real bucks. Spend all your real Christmas money and we'll give you some fucking Leotis McKelvin dick to suck. How did that hashtag no packs movement work out for all you guys, huh? God, I was so... That video doesn't even have 1,000 views. I was so right. Go check that out if you want to hear me just rip on some other Madden YouTubers. And we didn't fucking make the playoffs. Awesome. Heaven forbid, I have it the year that literally the fucking AFC East isn't the best division in football. Let's see. Were we first team out? I bet we were first team out again. Oh, that first team out. First team out last time with the Browns. And our bus team, first team out with our fucking undrafted free agent team. We didn't get drafted. This team of undrafted free agents just didn't get drafted to the playoffs. All right, let's take a look at the stats here, though. Tony Romo, 3,800, almost 3,900 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. So that's a pretty solid year from him. Very impressed with that. Running the ball, almost 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns from Thomas Rawls. Fat Rob with 435 and 5. Solid running attack. Receiving, we had 882 yards and 6 touchdowns for Antonio Gates. 600 yards and 7 touchdowns for Allen Hurts, 700 yards, almost 800 yards, and 10 touchdowns from Doug Baldwin. 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns from Tyrell Williams. This guy is a stud. He was a beast for me in my Chargers rebuild, and is a beast for me here. So, much like, he might be the Emmanuel Ogbah of wide receivers. Ogbah and Tyrell Williams have been my 2 studs that I've found this year. Defense side of the ball, Darrell Freeman leading the team with 114 tackles, 104 for Vontez Burfict. On the sacks front, we get 11 from Cam Wake, 10.5 from Michael Bennett, 9.5 from Michael Pierce, and 7.5 from Snacks Harrison. And for the interceptions, 4 from Chris Harris Jr., 3 from Malcolm Butler, probably all on the 1-yard line. And then a bunch of guys had 1. So unfortunately, no playoffs again, for fuck's sakes. Awful performance in the final game against the New England Patriots, but it is what it is. As always, guys, if this is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, leave a comment in the comment section below if any suggestions about some one-offs that I may be able to do here in Connected Franchise Mode. Until next time, though, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.